There's nothing like a May bank holiday weekend to get out in the garden and make it look even more beautiful. Good afternoon and welcome to the Kerry Garden Show. Alan Finn checking back in with you here at Boyles of Killorglin. And do remember during the show to leave a like, comment or even a question, and we'll try and get to it at some point over the next week or so. But right now, let's get some tips from our gardening expert and head on over to Trish. Okay, so now we are time to talk to our gardening expert this week, and we have got on our own, it's Trish. How are you, Trish?
I'm very good, Alan. Thank you very much.
Now, there's a great reason that you're actually on your own this week.
There's a fantastic reason, yes.
A fantastic reason, because Ger became a daddy for the second time.
He did indeed, yes. He's another baby son, and we'd like to congratulate him here and his wife Sharon as well.
Absolutely, no, brilliant. It's fantastic news. So it's the best type of...
The best news is right. It's nice to have good news.
Just when you're really busy here in the garden centre.
He timed it well.
Brilliant, brilliant. Okay, well listen, Trish, we're going to start off with a question that we got in, because one of our listeners, Eileen, got in contact with us last week, and she was asking for your advice on a problem she has. So she has a red robin in her garden, and she's finding that there are weevils. She's got a vine weevil problem, so she's finding that it's eating a plant and eating the leaves and the roots, and she's talking about the treatment. So what sort of treatment do you recommend for vine weevils on...
Okay, I suppose like that now. I have a Photinia red robin here, so any viewers on Facebook can have a look at it. Mm-hmm. But how you would know, how she has known that it's vine weevil in it, usually what it is like notches off the edges of the leaves. It's just eaten in notches, and that would be the adult vine weevil, right? But what she's got then is the larvae, which are like little white little maggots with a brown head. They would be eating the root system, and what they do is that they eat the root system, and eventually you just get your shrub and it just comes up and it kills it. So like that, as you say, she wants to know how to get rid of it. Now there is a vine weevil killer, it's bug clear. You'd apply that when you see the larvae. Now you can only give this 2 applications in the year, so you do it now, leave it for about 2 months, because what happens is the adults lay eggs, the eggs grow into larvae, so you want to kill the next stage. Okay, you've killed it first with the larvae with this, but then the eggs will be grown again, so you need to kill the second stage as well. So you could apply that on with a watering can or a knapsack sprayer onto the root system around it. Also as well, there's another thing, you'd have to order it online. It's called nematodes.
Now, so tell us about nematodes.
What it is, it's like a little insect that actually eats the larvae. It ingests inside the larvae and it actually kills them. It won't harm earthworms or anything like that, and it's a natural product. But you have to order that online, because it has to come and it has to go into your fridge, and then you have to apply it, so we couldn't have it on the shelf here in any garden centre.
Right, so it's an order online, kind of you order it specially for it first, and then with them, how many times a year would you do it then?
Again, now you'd have to wait until you see the larvae, you'd put it on. With the nematodes, it's very important that the temperature has to be above 10 to 12 degrees, and that's soil temperature. Soil temperature, because it won't be activated if the soil is too cold. So like that then, obviously you wouldn't be putting it on in the winter. Vine weevil are more active in the springtime. They're laying their eggs, and from May up until June, July.
They're chomping on the leaves.
So if you do it now, which is kind of May, end of April, May, and then do it about the end of July then as well, and hopefully you should get them.
Brilliant. So that'll hopefully answer Eileen's question, and anyone else who might have the same problem. Is it just the red robin?
No,
or it infects, or is it others?
It's other plants as well. Hydrangeas, hostas are usually as well. It's pots. Things that are in pots over years. Sometimes the adult flies in. Another thing with the adult as well, even if you crunched up a piece of newspaper, put it underneath the shrub or underneath the pot,
it can't get under it.
No, it comes at night time, and if you come out in the morning, the adult will be in the paper. And get rid of him then.
Right, okay, there's another little sneaky way of catching them. A little trap. Okay, so we're going to talk about more veggies this week.
That's right, yeah. Now temperatures are up, soil temperatures are up outside as well. Still look out for the frost, because we'll still get nights of frost or whatever. But now's the time to get out and start planting your cabbages. The cabbages are very, very easy to grow. You can plant them outside. There's no need to put them in your tunnel or anything like that. They're quite hardy. They're very hardy. You can plant them about 1.5 foot would be the spacing between each plant, but between each row then go about 2 feet, because
so they need a good bit of space.
They do go quite large. Now there is one problem with cabbages. They can get the the cabbage white butterfly.
Right. Oh, the white butterfly.
The white butterfly.
I thought you said white fly.
White fly, no, the butterfly. Okay. And obviously you have the caterpillars and they're eating all the leaves.
Okay.
Now, there's two options you can do, right? You can actually net it all over, but when you're netting it, you have to net it on either side because they'll get under. Another option then is this product we have. It's called grazers.
Okay.
Now, this doesn't harm pets, children. You can put it on edible crops. It won't do any harm. It's a great product. You could spray that on it.
Great stuff. It just says they're eco-friendly, child-friendly,
exactly,
and safe to use on edible and ornamental plants.
On
That's
ornamental.
great.
So that would sort out your cabbage.
Okay.
Also as well, we've got broad beans. Now, broad beans are lovely, very, very easy to grow. When you're planting them, add in some compost, add in a bit of fertiliser because they like a lot of nitrogen. So with these broad beans, these are dwarf ones, meaning that they will grow to about 2 feet. You can get other broad beans that will grow up higher.
Okay.
You need to stake them then. So once kind of the plant gets to about 12 inches, put in your bamboo cane. Exactly.
Keep an eye on that.
Put in your bamboo cane, put a piece of twine around it that they'll have support coming up it. And as I say, they're fantastic and you can put them in anywhere.
And another one you were telling me about as well too is courgettes.
Yes, courgettes. People come in, I'll have 5 or 6 courgettes and I'm going, no, how many's in the family for?
It's not for dinner now, we're talking about planting. Because this
is,
apparently it's quite a productive plant.
Very productive. One plant alone will give you enough courgettes for the whole year.
Okay.
So like courgettes, you're better off to harvest them when they're small. Because otherwise what will happen if they keep growing on the plant? They'll grow into a marrow.
Oh, is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
So obviously the courgettes are nice when they're smaller and sweeter.
Yeah.
So one courgette is enough for a family of 5 or 6.
Okay.
So depending on the size of the family.
Unless you're talking about, setting up your own little market.
Exactly, that's it. But they're extremely easy to grow. You can even grow them inside in pots as well. If you've got a pot about 12 inches in depth, in good compost, feed it with tomato food, Miracle Grow throughout the summer. Wow. No problems, and they'll come on lovely.
Great. Now, you did also, we have of course spoken many times over the last couple of weeks about strawberries, but there's a bit of development with a lot of strawberries at the moment,
I just picked this one out for you now, Alan, this morning.
Perfect.
I spotted our first strawberry. So you can see the flowers are there, and out of the flowers then come your fruit. So it's lovely. They can be bought like that, Alan. Yeah. And all you have to do is just hang it up somewhere. If you don't have anywhere to hang it up, put it on the ground. Yeah. And just keep them fed with tomato food, and you'll have some strawberries. You'll have your strawberries for the evening. Excellent.
And we'll keep going along the food line because we've also got some herbs over here. We've got some lemon balm and lemon verbena.
Yes, I think it's all lemon this week with me, I'm afraid.
Yeah, it could be, yeah.
Again, now people have the barbecues and they're out in the patios in the evening times, and the old midges are coming.
Okay, so we're not just talking about for food. This is
is for another thing as well.
Okay, so and there is of course a lot of people out because the weather is nice. Everyone's out sitting out, but damn it, those midges! They just start driving everyone mad.
So usually people would buy citronella candles, and citronella candles has the lemon scent in it. Yes. But if you wanted a nice bit of foliage around your patio,
and a natural,
plant them into pots, and they will get rid of your midges as well. Now that's another one there, Alan.
This was the big one, was it?
It's the mint plant.
Oh, beautiful.
I just wanted to warn people that when they're planting mint, to plant them in a container on their own. If you plant them into the ground, they're quite invasive. They can keep spreading. Okay. So just have one pot, again about 1 foot in diameter either way, and that'll be quite happy. And you can use all the mints and the lemon balms and all them. They can be all used in teas.
Yeah,
and
teas. I was thinking mojitos myself.
Well, we do actually have a mojito mint as well in stock. We do, especially so you can have your mojitos.
Right. We could have that. Lovely. Okay. So you've also we touched on some fruit trees before with Ger, but you've come up with another one there to talk about.
I'm thinking of, we all need to build our immune system, especially with COVID and everything, that what way can we do it naturally without taking tablets and things like that? You can grow plants yourself, and there's nothing as good as growing your own fruit for taste, and the vitamins that you get out of them are just great. So what I have here is a cranberry.
Okay.
Now the cranberry is excellent. Again, it likes a peaty soil, so no lime in the soil.
Okay.
They can be planted into pots or planted directly into the ground, and you'll have your own cranberries this summer.
Yeah, and you were also telling me there's goji berries back there as well.
That's right, yeah. We have some black currants, red currants.
Blackberries,
like we have blueberries here then as well. You can just see that they're just coming into flower.
Oh, yeah.
Like blueberries are fabulous and again, very good for your immune system as well. So just to build it up, and you can't beat the sweetness, whether it's your vegetables or your fruit to be growing yourself.
Yeah.
Like you can come into the garden centre, we'll give you advice. A lot of people are daunting as to going, oh God, what'll I do with this? Or how do I grow that? Or what spacing? So if you come in here, we'll help you out on that.
And just one thing I've kind of noticed as well too, Trish, is the different soil types. You know, it's very important.
Yes.
So if you wanted to, for example, grow the cranberries there, are the blueberries a peaty soil as well?
Yes, they are, both
so
of
you
them.
need to have an area just for kind of peaty soil and know that it's for peaty soil.
Exactly.
And then you could have another bed then that was just more...
Well, see, that's it. Like even the goji berries now, they like an alkaline soil.
Okay, there you go.
Just for an example, like the raspberries then need support. They're not as a bush on its own like the gooseberries or anything like that. So don't be afraid. That's what we're here for in the garden centre. Come in, get the advice, and you go home quite happy then.
And we always say it as well too. We said it last year numerous times. Come in with a photograph of your garden.
Yes.
And just say, look, I'm planning this. By the way, I'm going to be coming in with a picture of my garden soon because I've been busy.
We'll design your garden on the show, Alan.
Do you know what? It's a bit much because even my, everyone's kind of saying, Alan, I'm sure your garden must look lovely. I'm like going, it looks like a building site for the last while.
We'll manage that for you now, Alan.
I'm working on it, but we could find some lovely space for some nice plants. And you were also saying as well, at the moment we have the rhodos and hydrangeas are a good time for flower.
Yeah, and azaleas. Azaleas, yes.
Sorry, yeah.
The rhododendrons now, I mean, unfortunately, what happened at the weekend now in the national park.
The national park
it was horrendous.
Devastating. Devastating.
But if you were around Muckra's Gardens and you see the big bushes there around the house itself, it's the rhododendrons. So you're talking about, you have a lovely pink one there, they come in reds, they come in the white with the salmon. Like, them particular plants now can grow anything up to 8, 9, 10 feet high. So again, we have dwarf plants of them. Now, a lot of people come in, rhodos, oh no, should they grow all over the place?
They have a little bit wild, because Ger was mentioning that as well.
Yes,
we had, but there is the difference between
the
cultivated ones that are that don't run wild and go.
If you go into any garden centre, it's the cultivated ones that are in stock. We don't sell the ones that grow rampant.
Of course.
So,
and don't even think about trying to take them out of the national park or a few slips
not.
to try and plant.
Definitely not, because they'll take over your garden and it's not good anyway. So they're actually just coming into bud at the moment. You can see a little bit of colour there, Alan, just
coming
showing.
Out, there's a little bit of purple coming out for those of us listening on the radio.
Even when they're not in flower, they have a lovely evergreen leaf, so they're a nice backdrop. So if you have a shrub bed and you're looking to go down in tiers, that's your backdrop for the back of it, and it'll be always there, the green leaf on it, and then you'll have the flower then this time of the year.
Okay.
Now the azaleas are like the rhododendrons, but
I'll take this
they're
pink
smaller.
One.
They'll grow to about 3 feet high. Again, you'll see them out in Muckra's house. You'll see them in people's gardens now. Fantastic colour. They're very, very vivid, like that pink one. We have reds, we have purples and the whites. Now, a lot of people, like, white is beautiful in the garden as well. Don't be thinking you have to go with the pinks or the reds or the colours. White is absolutely fabulous in the garden. So just to introduce a little bit of white into your bed that might have a lot of mix of colour and to tone it down a bit.
Like you were saying, if you had a rhodo behind that, it would pop out straight away.
Because you're bringing up the layers.
It's
absolutely fabulous. So they're just a nice addition for the garden. And as you were
flower of the week, is it? Yeah.
Flower of the week.
Plant of the week.
Yes, plant of the week is that. And I also have, people might have noticed now in the gardens, which would be your lilac tree. That's in flower now at the moment, and fabulous scent off it.
Do you know what? Lilac, it always reminds me of my mother.
Exactly. It's an old time flower.
It is, because my father used to always go, and we used to have this lovely walk that we used to find, and we'd walk past this giant kind of lilac tree, because they can get quite big.
Oh, they can, yeah. You can talk up to about 20 feet,
he'd often
15,
bring
20
home
feet.
some lilac to my mother. So it's beautiful, and it's a lovely smell and a fantastic...
And they again come in white, they come in that purpley colour, and they come kind of in a pinkish colour as well. But they would be in gardens now if people are looking and they're wondering what it is. This is it. So that's the tree of the week.
Yeah, I think I must try and actually get one for my for my mom and dad, because it'd be a lovely gift as well, and it would save them from actually trying to take some from someone else's.
We won't mention
We
that, Alan.
won't talk about
mention that.
I've got him in trouble already. Listen, Trish, that's great. Thanks a million for filling us in with all of this fantastic information, answering the questions, and there's even a little bee getting in on the act there,
Yes,
which is good for the bees as well too. So there's plenty there to keep people busy, and I believe this May Bank holiday is going to be a busy one as well for you here.
Always, Alan, always. Yeah, the May Bank holiday, everybody gets out and about, and hopefully the weather will be fine. But we are just let people know we're open all weekend apart from Sunday. So,
okay, so you normally don't open bank holidays except for May, June and August.
We
Okay,
do
so
indeed.
you're open from
12 o'clock until 5 on Monday.
Brilliant,
and then every other day from half 8 to half 5.
Brilliant, that's great. Right, well, make sure you get out to your garden centres and in here to Boyles, and Trish will answer happy to answer any questions.
Exactly.
So that's it for this week. Do remember all our episodes are available on YouTube. We are there also on Facebook as well too, so if you're listening on the radio, do make sure you can see all the visuals. Log on to YouTube, log on to Facebook and have a little while, and of course the website will have them as well. So that's it from myself. Thank you very much, Trish.
No bother. Thank you, Alan.
Until next week, we'll talk to you again. Bye from Boyles.